Welcome to the PIHRA member orientation, October 2024. I can't believe it's October already. We're getting very close to the end of the year. And I know we all have goals that we set for ourselves, and we're trying to meet them all in the last quarter, or making sure that we give it that, college try. And PIHRA might be one of the goals that you set for yourself. So I'd love to hear from you. I like to make this pretty interactive. Usually we interact via the chat, so feel free to chat us up in the chat box. I have a lot to cover, and I like to talk. I will just say that out loud. So we will cover the 60 minutes. Usually I hit the 60 minutes right on the dot. So feel free to put your questions in the chat, any comments in the chat. If you want to ask a question live, raise your hand. We should have a little time for that. And I want to make this as engaging and interactive and fun as possible. Um, what else should I tell you? Feel free to share your LinkedIn. I'll talk about why that's important here. I will do my best to share my LinkedIn as well. We will be emailing you after the webinar with the slides. So if there's anything on the slides that you need, great. You don't need to take notes on that. If there's anything else that you heard me say and you want to take notes, feel free to do that. Again, we will be emailing these to you along with a lot of URLs or other resources that you might want to poke around in to educate yourself about what PIHRA offers, our volunteer opportunities, for example, our career center and things like that. So you'll get that in an email. All right. I don't see anyone else in the waiting room, so let's get started with our agenda. So this is what we're going to be covering today. Let me get my Hopefully you see the slide clearly. I'm in the welcome and general update portion. We're going to do a poll because one of the things that I'm committed to is having you walk away from this 60 minutes with what you wanted to walk away with. So is that information you wanted on the chapters? Is you trying to figure out, is this the right professional association for me? And you're still deciding on becoming a member or not. So we have a poll. You could select one of the items on the poll to let me know, like, okay, this is why I came. Um, if you have more than one thing that you wanted to learn about, just feel free to put that in the chat as well. I'll do my best to focus in on those areas that you as a group want to know about. So all these are a little different. Again, this is being recorded. We have previous recordings on YouTube. So on our YouTube channel, and we'll send you that link in the email. But yeah, so be prepared to let me know what you want to walk away from this orientation with in terms of information. I'll introduce myself a little bit more. You see my name, Liliana. I'll introduce myself a little bit more after the poll, along with my team. My right hand here you see on video is Elisette. So we're here to help give you a PIHRA overview after that, and then talk about some member benefits and some more specificity, and then learning and networking at PIHRA, and then we'll wrap up. Again, I'll take the full 60 minutes. General update. So after the pandemic, we used to provide webinars pre-pandemic, but that became a requirement. So I'm really excited to tell you all that members get between 2 and 3 webinars per month free. There was just one this morning with PIHRA South OC, very beneficial, an employment law one. So feel free to take advantage of those. Some of them are actually free for everybody. Um, I'm reading, so I might pause from time to time. I'll go back to what was in the chat in a moment. So webinars. The other thing that's important for you to know is that we have 18 chapters. Most of them are meeting monthly right now. So lots of opportunities to meet people face to face. I think that's the richness of PIHRA, and I'll get into that a little bit more. But there's a couple that may not be the smaller chapters, and I have a map for you that aren't meeting as often. But please make it a goal for yourself to attend at least one PIHRA function. And I'll give you a couple to attend as well. So you could attend one before the end of the year. And then keep visiting the PIHRA calendar at pihra.org/calendar. We're always updating that. That's where you're going to find the latest information in terms of where chapters are meeting, the time, the place. Other areas of our website aren't as updated. We don't have a webmaster, sorry. We're kind of small, lean, and mean. So go to the PIHRA calendar. That's where you're going to find the latest information. And um, not only that, but our PIHRA chapters are fantastic places to get to know people, but you're also going to be getting really affordable, accessible, and actionable professional development there. I think that we are kind of the leader in terms of getting the most value from the educational resources that we provide. So please check that out. I want you to continue to grow your HR career. So I'm just going to pause for a second. Mark, thank you for adding cybersecurity. All right. Nice to meet you. Oh my gosh, I love that you're talking about a study group for the SHRM CP. I that was why I took some of the PIHRA prep courses, is I found people to be in a study group for, and I'll talk to you about that later. So great idea. Um, all right, let's keep moving forward. And Natasha, I see you. Thank you for being here. Leslie, I see you. Jocelyn, I see your picture. Wonderful. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's get to the poll. Elisette, are you able to launch that? Awesome. So what information are you interested in receiving during this orientation? So I could focus on that for you. Okay, there's 8 of us. None of you have responded yet. So yeah, let's get your response. Okay, half of you. How about we get the rest of you to respond? All right, let's see. What do we have here? Um, okay, I think we all responded. Let's end the poll and share the results. All right. So split in terms of monthly meetings and seminars and HR certification. Okay. I got certified, so I love to talk about that. I got certified at the beginning of 2021, I believe. And then a little bit about other. So I'm assuming you'll put that, whoever put other, you'll put that in the chat, and then PIHRA chapters. Okay, let's stop sharing. And please either let me know at some point. There was something in the chat. All right, let's see. So I'm Jocelyn. Were you the one that put other, and you're equally interested in the?
No, I didn't. I just chose one because I didn't know.
And which ones were you interested in? Can you tell me? Is it monthly meetings or?
Meetings, the seminars, and the certification.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. I'll introduce myself a little bit more. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. So I'm here in the middle. My name is Liliana Arguello. Everyone calls me Lily. Feel free to call me Lily. I was a member of PIHRA before I ever dreamed of being on staff. My background is in organizational development and wanted to go internal to corporate HR, corporate strategy, and kind of got diverted. So went into the nonprofit area. I used my planning skills. So part of my background in OD was strategic planning, management training, structure studies, corporate culture studies, a lot of environmental assessments and organizational assessments is a part of that. And so instead of going into corporate HR, I went into it was right during the real estate fall, 2009, 2010, actually 2007, and started using my planning skills to do development and media. Then I went, and that's relevant because I continued into nonprofit and joined the Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles in membership and started doing a partnership building for the largest leadership development program for women and young women in the world, in and focusing my work in the Spanish-speaking low-income quartiles of Los Angeles County. And I was recruited from there through LinkedIn. And the reason I was found on LinkedIn is because during that time, I also was a volunteer leader. And me and a group of colleagues from my business school started the National Association of Women MBAs professional chapter here in Los Angeles. And that's how I'll introduce you to my boss here, Rafael Rivera, who's our CEO. He found me on LinkedIn. So that is all to say, have a fantastic LinkedIn profile and do volunteer leadership because that's how you get to that next great opportunity in your career. So that's me. I'm delighted to be here with you. I love working at PIHRA, and I love working with Elisette Villanueva, who's my right hand. Elisette, you want to unmute and introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Lily. And hello, everyone. I have been interacting with a few of you in the chat. So as you can see, I'm monitoring the chat box and I'll be doing so throughout the webinar. And just a little bit about me. I am, like I mentioned, Elisette, and I am usually the first person that you speak to if you dial the main number. So if you haven't already called us, you may be able to speak to me or Lily. We're very accessible, like she mentioned, and we're here to serve you. So feel free to connect with us. I shared my LinkedIn in the chat, and feel free to continue sharing it throughout the webinar today if you haven't already. What else can I say? I have a background in public relations and journalism, and I've been here with PIHRA for, I think this fall it's going to be 8 years. Lily and I have been here for quite a bit, and so we're very familiar with our association, with our members, with our volunteers, who we're going to talk about in a moment. So yeah, feel free to connect with us and continue to engage with us throughout the chat. We want to make this interactive for you and very informative. Thanks,
Hey,
Lily.
Elisette. Yeah, Elisette is the first person you probably hear from when you call the office or email us. It is my commitment, and I expect for myself and Elisette to get back to every email and phone call within 24 hours. Usually, I am pretty hyper on email. I'll respond pretty quickly, maybe too quickly. I just want to make sure that you get what you need. So please email us if you have any questions or concerns, or we'll do the best we can to help you or field the request to one of our colleagues on the team here, and we'll get you sorted out. So please contact me. Email's the best, but we also, call us at these numbers. Here's a slide with all of our information. Here on the left is Matt Pallett, and he is on the volunteer board for the association. He's kind of my liaison with the board on the membership side. He is one of the kindest people I know. He is what I call a service provider. He is in insurance, and you'll always see him at our events, like the California Employment Law Update coming up, which is one of our seminars and conferences, and the California HR Conference, which I'll tell you about a little bit. But one of our volunteer leaders, and if you're interested in volunteering, I feel like it is networking on steroids. It's all about who gets to know you, not who you know. And that's a great opportunity for people to show their work ethic, to show their skills, experience, and demonstrate leadership. And anyway, so plug for volunteerism, a plug for Matt. Really quickly, and probably not have to talk about this a little bit more, but don't be scared of the service providers. It's their job to get to know HR practitioners and be connectors. Usually, those who are members or on the volunteer boards, they are about building relationships. They really don't come off heavy salesy. Because they know that one of you will call me or Raphael and say, "Hey, I really didn't appreciate how this person came off in terms of a sales perspective." Um, why I like to work with them. A great example is I went to a PIHRA Long Beach lunch a couple of years ago now, and one of the brokers was saying, and you'll hear this at other chapter meetings, is, "Hey, if anyone is interested in a job, I know of a HR director job in downtown LA. Let me know. I'll connect you with the hiring manager, etc." So they are those people that will connect you with things, and also great to work with. I see some things in all right. I got Garden Grove in the house. Um, Culver City. I grew up in Palm, so yay, Culver City. All right, all right. Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit. No one asked about us as an association, so I'll go through this quickly. I'm not going to read our mission to you, but basically, we exist for HR professionals in California. We provide innovative programming, high impact networking opportunities. We are the largest local network of HR professionals in the United States because I know this because we are the largest SHRM affiliate in the US. I think we're the largest SHRM affiliate in the whole world, but I don't have the data on the Chinese affiliate or the affiliate in India. So if you want to meet HR people or what I call meet your HR Fab Five, like those five HR friends that you have on speed dial in case anything goes haywire at work and you need to call someone for a second or third opinion. This is where you're going to meet them. So um, that's this is why we do what we do. Now, also, and Raphael will support me in this. I just want to make sure you have a group of professionals that you can count on that are connected to you and your interests. If it's not Pirate, find another community. I mean, come on, y'all. What we all learned from the pandemic is we cannot do this alone. Don't wait until there's a big layoff at your organization or you're miserable, at work. Start networking now so that you have those people around you that could support you that are outside of your organization. Definitely network internally, but you also want those sounding boards and things outside. So again, if it's not Pyra, I get it. I'll get hurt for a moment, but find a community for yourself. And that's what I think Pyre is fantastic because I found a community here, and I'll tell you more stories about that if you want to. A little bit more about our board. So Tara Fournier is our 2024 president of the board. We're actually in elections. So if you're interested in any volunteer leadership, I'll get to that in a moment. You'll see her at our upcoming CLU. She's actually one of the speakers talking about AI, the intersection of AI and employment law. So you'll see her. She's fantastic. She actually worked at SHRM for a while too. And then this is my boss, Rafael Rivera. He's our CEO. I really credit him for doing a lot of things for Pyra. He's been here, I think, gosh, I've been here 10 years now. He's been here 12 or 13 years. He's helped us put together some fantastic internal teams. He got us through the pandemic. He rebranded the California HR conference, which used to be the annual PIHRA conference, and then also the employment law update. So he's very reachable on LinkedIn. So feel free to connect with him on LinkedIn and let him know what a great time you had with me on this orientation today. Um, Here's a little bit about our membership. Just who are the members that you'll be joining. Really quick on the left, what's important for you to know is right around 40% are at the HR generalist manager level, 20% at the HR director level, and then we have right around 6% at the service provider level. So that's who you're going to be meeting more than likely at conferences and monthly meetings. I got to tell you, just so you're not, you might have experienced this, if you go to a chapter meeting, which I'll give you a map in a moment, you might see more service providers because it's kind of their job to be out there. But again, usually they're just connecting with people and it's about building relationships. 40% of our members are HR certified. Actually, PIHRA has the largest community of SHRM certified members in all of the US. So that's why SHRM loves us. We're in this wonderful relationship with SHRM is that we take certification seriously. We provide SHRM prep courses and HRCI prep courses, and I think we have one of the best instructors on the West Coast, frankly. Richard Dawson, he's fantastic. Um, Industries represented by our members, manufacturing is kind of the highest representation. Then we have consulting, nonprofit, healthcare, and education. Right now, we have right around 3,500 members. It fluctuates every month. And yeah, so that's who our membership base is and the types of people you might meet. Um, I told you we were SHRM affiliated. We're the largest SHRM affiliate. It's our 80th anniversary. I like to plug this. So we were established in 1944 and SHRM was established in 1948, but they got big fast. So, um, I think I skipped a page. Here we go. This is the map I wanted to show you. Did I skip something else? No. Okay. So, many of you, or two or three of you, asked about the chapter. So here's a map of our chapters. Our largest chapter is South OC. Our second largest, and they now have meetings in Costa Mesa. I think tomorrow or today or yesterday, they had a fantastic meeting on PAGA. They're a great group. Our second largest is PIHRA Los Angeles. They meet in downtown LA. While South OC meets every month, for example, they had a breakfast meeting this week. They'll have a social next time. So I think they're going to have a holiday social in the November, December area. Los Angeles meets every other month and they'll do a social and then a breakfast meeting. They meet out of the City Club. We go as far east as Coachella Valley. They meet out of Palm Desert. As far north as Antelope Valley, Santa Clarita, and Ventura. Jocelyn. So we have North OC. They're a fantastic chapter. They're our third largest chapter, and I love what they've done. They're really about meeting the member where they're at. So they'll have a breakfast meeting one month. They'll have a lunch workshop next month, and then they'll have a social the following month. So they have a social coming up. At the end of this slide deck, I have a list of the upcoming meetings. So any questions about the chapters or any specific chapter you're curious about?
I have a question.
Hi, sure.
Thank you for the presentation so far. Um, are we able to enable notifications when a new event becomes available on the event page?
I we don't have that technology right now. You should be getting emails every Monday with a digest. Also follow us on Instagram because so at PIHRA on Instagram, we'll send out on Monday morning. Um, you'll see kind of what's happening for the week. Because our California employment law updates coming up at the end of the month, we're a little dark and slow with monthly meetings. But yeah, that's what I would do, Natasha, is follow us on Instagram for sure. And follow us, and I think I'll have the tags at the end on LinkedIn. So we're really We frequent LinkedIn a lot, and we are on Instagram a lot, not so much on X or Facebook. The other thing I wanted to talk about here is that as a member, you select your preferred chapter. So, like for me, for example, I live in Southeast LA, so it's easier for me to get to Los Angeles. However, I work in Long Beach, so I might select downtown Los Angeles or PIHRA LA as my preferred chapter, but I can go to any chapter meeting at the member rate. I just want to But my suggestion to you is just register in advance, because if you go to Long Beach and you belong to LA, they might not have you on their roster. So I just want you to make sure to get the member rate. When you go to one of these chapter meetings, whether it's a breakfast meeting or a lunch meeting with professional development, what you'll expect is there'll be a registration time, some networking in the morning or at lunch, then there'll be a meal. So there is a cost for these. Usually it's around $35 for members, because there's a meal and there's a professional development component where you can earn HRCI or SHRM recertification credit. So uh, little hint, unless you might know this already, once you take the exam for the SHRM certification or the HRCI certification, you have to recertify every 3 years, and this is where you're going to get your certification credit. So networking, professional development, meal, cost, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You'll meet a lot of different people. Say, for example, you are looking for an HR position or you have an opening on your team. The chapters always provide a moment where you can either introduce yourself or talk about any positions that you have opened, or if you're looking for a position, you could talk about that too. Um, let's see. I feel like I'm missing something here, but let me know if you have any questions. Um, and at least if I'm missing something, let me know. Okay, we have 18 chapters, we have 3 specialty groups. What's important about these communities is that they all have their own board. So these are great opportunities for volunteer leadership if you want to get to know our community a lot better. I love our communities. When I ask our members, why are you a member for so long? And the first thing they'll tell me is I met one of my best friends at a PIHRA chapter meeting. So whether you belong to a chapter or like the PIHRA Foundation, they have their own board, and I'll talk about them in a bit. PIHRA Government Advocacy Team, they work with the SHRM A team in Sacramento, do a lot of work around what the laws are coming down the pipeline are. And we have a college relations group, and we also have an emerging leaders group for those early entrants into HR. So the next thing I'm going to do is talk to you a little bit about 2 of these communities. Again, they have their own boards, so if you want to join them and help them, I'd be happy to do an introduction for you. Our government advocacy team, they are just focused on helping HR understand the rules around the employment laws that are coming. They meet quarterly. Sometimes they'll have an elected official usually it's virtual, so it's a webinar, and they'll have an elected official talking about whatever committee they're on or any law that's coming up. So a great group to be a part of. If you've never been to Sacramento and sat in and met with any of the senators, this is a great group to do that with. It's a fascinating process. PIHRA Foundation, they exist. They've been around PIHRA for a long time. They're a separate entity, and they raise money for scholarships. And right now they have a scholarship opening. So if you're getting your degree in HR or want to get your HR certification, apply for this scholarship. So go to pihra.org/foundation and just apply. I think that they have the scholarship for the HR certification right now and the degree, and those certifications can get you an award of up to $3,000. So if you're not interested, maybe someone on your team or someone you know is interested in this. Uh, Hi, West Hollywood. Oh, thank you for introducing yourselves. Fantastic. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about member benefits. You guys were mostly concerned about the chapters and monthly meetings and certification. So I'm going to breeze through this a bit. Here are the 6 top benefits. Um, the California Focused HR Education, uh, we're focused on that. So no one else in the area is as focused on HR, focus HR than PIHRA. So that is a fantastic place to be because California is special, different. Our laws supersede federal law a lot of the time. So we are the place where we're going to keep you updated on those. Along with your membership, you get what we call PIHRA Workplace, but it's Mineral. And Mineral has a smart employee handbook builder. It has a HR advisory line, so you can call senior certified HR professionals from, I think it's 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., and you have an unlimited amount of calls. Just the Smart Handbook Builder and the advisory line would cost you like $2,000. On top of that, we have, if you're not a member, here's a code, PIHRA 15 for $15 off. But what I wanted to tell you about is this PIHRA Learn. This is also through Mineral, and it's basically a learning management system where uh, it has around 200 courses that you could train your employees on. You could also upload courses there. You can create learning tracks for your employees. The courses that are included are customer service related. There's some behavioral, like harassment related ones. You can add on the mandatory sexual harassment training for managers and the mandatory OSHA training at a discounted price, but those are not included in the knowledge base that's already in there. So great benefits. Let me know if there's any questions. I don't see any questions in the chat, so just kind of blowing through these so we can get to the professional development piece. If you have a large HR team or even just a team of 2, you wanted a discounted membership for everybody on your team, check out the HR team membership. That's a great way to get all of your team members in sync in terms of their professional development. I also, if you're interested, can provide you with a HR team professional development goal worksheet. So you can have a conversation with your team about what's going on in the organizations, what does the team need to build in terms of knowledge to help address any issues or that you see or that you believe might be coming down the horizon. So great option if you have a large team. I talked about volunteerism. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you are looking for a position or kind of in that, like, hey, I have a little time, please contact me. Let me know what your interests are and what area you're in. This is a great opportunity to get to know people. And you don't have to take an annual position. You could get on a committee or just ask, hey, can I just volunteer for an event or two? And I'd be happy to make those introductions for you. Right now, we have elections coming up. So the positions that are elected or appointed include the several on the larger board, so president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. We also have regional reps that work with the different regions our chapters are in and those communities. Each of our chapters have election for their chair and vice chair. So the reason this is important is that this is also the time where they're looking at who wants to join their board for next year. So again, if you have any questions or want more information, just visit pihra.org/volunteer. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it's over there on the bottom left, that URL. All right. So you had questions about seminars and HR certification. If there's something specific you want to know about, please let me know. But we provide webinars. probably more than 3 a month. Most of them are free. We may start charging for some of them. Our PIHRA chapter meetings, they're usually every month. Like I said, some meet and have a traditional lecture style meeting one month. The next month they'll do a workshop during lunch, and then they'll do some socializing the following month. So please keep a lookout. I know PIHRA West LA, I think they're meeting later today. They meet on Main Street in Santa Monica. They're the group that I call the party chapter. So they always sell out. And so you want to register for that, for those events quickly. We have the conferences, which I'll talk about in a moment, and we have some specialty programs. We call them either PIHRA Real HR or PIHRA Power Series, or we have a Talent and Tech. Again, visit the calendar. Usually members get at least $10 off from non-members. I'm advocating for members to get even more off of the registration rates, but members do get a better rate than non-members. If you're a non-member, no problem. You just pay a higher rate. You could attend any of our meetings um, until you decide you want to become a member, because I get it. Sometimes, you got to see what the value is by attending these events first. I talked about the webinar, so I won't continue to talk. Okay, HR certification. Mark, I'm curious, did you take the prep class with PIHRA? Would you mind sharing that
Not with PIHRA, but I got the learning SHRM's learning
system?
platform system. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're going to take the exam soon?
December, hopefully.
Okay, great, great, great. Yeah, so this is a great place to meet people who may be taking the SHRM exam. What I did is I spent whoops, sorry, went forward too much. I spent like 150 to 175 hours studying for it, but I'm a horrible test taker, and I had like 2 to 3 different study groups. So the reason I like the PIHRA prep classes is because I found people to study with. Let's see. I would also join our LinkedIn group, Mark, and ask there if someone wants to study with you. And then if you're curious, maybe I can put you in contact with our programs team, because they may have some people who are interested in a study group. But I can't emphasize how important it is to get certified, especially if and I believe in certification after you've been working in HR for a while. So the PHR or SPHR or the SHRM CP or the SHRM SCP, I think are fantastic. I got the SHRM SCP and I raised my salary by almost $15,000. So there's a lot of research that if you get those senior certified certifications, which are more geared towards someone who is director or above, or an HR professional who is interested in this HR strategy piece, organizational development piece, you could definitely not only gain confidence in yourself, but also increase your earning potential. Any questions that I could help with on the certification side? All right, because I know other people were interested. Um, Also, if you would like me to introduce you to our instructor, Richard Dawson, he's wonderful and may have a network that he could share with you as well. All right, California Employment Law Update. This is coming up. I know some of you had questions about our conferences. If you have any specific questions, let me know. We used to have the PIHRA legal update in January. Now it's in October and November. It's right after the governor signs in the laws. Those were signed in at the end of September, I believe. And our attorneys, who we have a great network of fantastic attorneys, they've been preparing to interpret all the laws for you. And on October 24th, we're going to be hosting this event at the Los Angeles Marriott Burbank Airport. And then on November 6th, we're going to host it in Orange County at the Irvine Marriott. Right now, again, there's going to be like 9 learning sessions. We're going to launch our 80th anniversary celebration. But any questions about the employment law update? Hopefully, I'll be seeing you, some of you there. Yeah, breakfast, lunch, learning sessions, some great exhibitor activations, and then happy hour afterwards. I mean, I don't know. Plus, you get the tea on the latest that's going on with wage and hour, AI, pay transparency, gosh, leaves. I don't know. Pick a topic that, gives you a headache at work. We're going to be talking about that. So hopefully I'll see you there. Next May, we're going to do the California HR conference. Registration is open. Ask your supervisors or make sure it's in your budget. We're going to be at the Hilton. Yeah, Hilton Anaheim. 2 days of learning, networking, socializing, workshops. We have a silent disco going on. This is the highlight of my year, even though I'm standing for 12 to 13, 14 hours a day. It's just a fantastic event. And we're going to be having some interesting uh, um, uh, kind of meetups during the event that I'm excited about. So let me know if you have any questions. I've got through this faster than I thought, Elisa. Oh, Gabby, great. I'll see you in Orange County. Yeah. Is anyone else attending? We call it CLU in Orange County. Meet up with Gabby. All right. Okay. I shared that I had a slide with all the different events that are coming up. Please attend one. Um, let's see, which ones would I highlight here? The South Bay webinar, oh, my thing went out. The South Bay webinar, I didn't get to attend that. They do early morning webinars, but that was free today. West LA, they're always sold out. They're at Papa Cristo's, I think. I call it Papa Cristo's. It's the best Italian food, but they meet there in the mornings. You know about the CLU. We're going to be in LA on the 24th. North OC is having a happy hour and a program. Um, I think it's regarding to employment law. So on October 29th, they're meeting. On the 6th, we'll be in Orange County at CLU. We have some free webinars coming up as well in November. Oh, Long Beach is here twice. Sorry about that. South Bay, they meet out of El Segundo. So if any of you are in El Segundo or nearby, you can meet some people on November 14th. And on November 19th, we have kind of a virtual exchange where there's not really a presentation, there's just a topic that our community goes into breakout rooms and starts discussing. Also a great way to network virtually. And our group in Temecula Valley, they're meeting in November. So a great um, events to do. Now, a lot of these, we have probably more events on the chat on the calendar. But starting in November and December, we start having more socials. So if you just want to get together and meet people, if you are kind of shy and don't want to just go by yourself, email me. I'll make sure to connect you with someone that'll be there, or I'll meet you there. It's so important for you to meet people. So I will absolutely do that because I get it. I get social anxiety, so I don't like to go sometimes unless I know somebody. All right. Let's see. I lost my mouse. So here's a places that you can connect with us virtually. I talked about our LinkedIn group. So this is our company page, linkedin.com/company/PIHRA. We actually have a LinkedIn group. So just search on LinkedIn for PIHRA group. And if you're a member or HR practitioner, you'll be automatically approved. Facebook, not there as often, but you could join us there. Instagram.com is what I would suggest that you connect and follow us on. And X and the forum aren't as populated with our material, but if that's something that you are interested in, you can follow us there as well. I still have 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. And I'm almost done. So unless you have any, I am done actually. So quiet group today. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'd be happy to answer them. You could unmute. We could chat a little bit. Otherwise, you get 15 minutes back for your lunch. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Lily, this is Natasha again.
Sure. Hi.
Hi. I would be interested in seeing what volunteer opportunities there are.
Great. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. So let's connect uh offline and let me know what chapter is most interested. Actually, if you could email me, letting me know what are the chapters that are closest to you, what's your interest, and I'd be happy to introduce you to them because they have their own board. They're quite autonomous, and they could tell you what volunteer positions are open. Also, we do have volunteers for the California HR conference in May, and that application process will open up at the end of November. And that's a great opportunity to volunteer for a day and then attend the conference. So look out for that. Mark, I'm sorry, you said there was an event. Can you unmute and let me
Mm.
know?
Yeah, a couple slides ago, you had a list of events. There was something for November 14th that looked a little bit focused around employment law. That was not CELU. And so I jumped over to the PIHRA website and I didn't see the
Uh-huh.
same event on there.
Oh gosh, I'm having trouble with my computer for right now. Here we go. So the South Bay meeting, right?
Yes.
Let's see what happened. Huh. Okay. Actually, what would I do without my mouse? I don't know, because I'm struggling right now without it. Here we go. So that's West LA. See if I can find it this way. Huh. They might have taken it off.
Okay. I'll just stay tuned for any refreshes. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mark. I'm trying to see
Totally fine.
if maybe I wrote it down wrong. Give me a moment though. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. They might have had to cancel it. I know on the 13th, our chapter Gateway Cities in Cerritos, it might be too far for you, but they're having a meeting as well. And the topic is, we usually do employment law too. Elisa, are you still on? Can you find that for me? I'm having trouble with my,
Yeah, for Gateway Cities.
yeah.
So,
That
South
is on employment law too. It's Cassandra. Yeah, I don't know if that's too far for you.
Southway has employment law. I think it may have moved to December 12th.
Oh,
Sounds
is
good.
that
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah,
It does
that's
make sense. It was right up against CELU, so I thought it might be
yeah.
a bunch of the same thing. But all right, that was my only question. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
this
Sorry.
opportunity to learn more about the group.
Great, great,
Thanks,
great.
Mark.
Bye,
If there's
everybody.
anything else, I can hang out a little bit longer. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Natasha or Leslie, any more questions?
Nothing
All right.
here. Thank you. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you. Are you going to be at CELU, Leslie?
Yes, I'll be attending the October 24th one in Burbank.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll be there. We're going to be there
All right.
early, so we'll see you there.
Awesome. See you guys there.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time
Thank you,
and explaining
Natasha.
everything.
Let me know what chapter you're interested in, okay?
Yeah, I'll email you. It'll be the West LA.
Well, so like they're a fun group. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me.
I went to the one this morning.
Oh,
So
so did you register before or did you get in
I
somehow?
did, and I was just confused about just it being a chapter meeting and like just somebody reached out to me from that group to like orient me the day before, like yesterday afternoon. So everything's clear now.
Okay,
So thank you
good.
guys so much for your time like explaining it and everything.
Okay, well, thank you for joining and let me know if I could help with anything else, okay?
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a great day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.